Good morning guys, welcome to Operation Crypto. In today's video we will be taking a look at Polkadot and doing some price analysis. Bitcoin is still continuing to malinger between that 37 and 42k range up and down, and whenever that's been going sideways, altcoins have been getting absolutely obliterated, and unfortunately even fundamentally strong assets like Polkadot have been losing some ground. So fingers crossed we do get a little bit of relief on Bitcoin soon, and then with that it might pull some altcoins up with it. So we'll look at Polkadot and USDT and the BTC pairings and just have a look what's going on really and see how the general market is looking. So this is Polkadot on the daily time frame. Let me just have a look at my 3 days before we kick off. Actually, a weekly. So yeah, this is what I marked up a while ago. So we had this uptrend that pretty much we've been in ever since a year ago, really. Well, even it coming up to a year and a half now, January 2021. And we had 3 taps on this trend line, which did show it was an area of support. The last little bit that's happened recently, in the last couple of weeks, we've actually started to drop below that trend line, which in reality is not good, not very good. But I've put this circle on here to potentially highlight a deviation, but again, the markets look really bad, and it just really depends on what happens with the main king, Bitcoin, and in general the stock market, the SPX, the strong dollar, which is pretty much is not playing good at all for us. Usually when we get a strong dollar, it counteracts a Bitcoin price and vice versa. So all in all, not too good in general market sentiment, and that's even on a macro outlook. But for Bitcoin, fingers crossed we do push up soon. It will give, like I say, gives a little bit of relief. But let's hope that's a bit of a deviation. But we'll go to the daily time frame and just want to have a look at a couple of key levels. So I'm a lucky so and so because I managed to buy all my Polkadot around here in November of 2020. I got it around $5. I think the highest buy was up at around somewhere around here at around $7. So I'm nicely in profit so far. A lot of people have come in after this because a lot of people did come into crypto around here. They're probably underwater, but for me, patience will pay off. Whether you are massively underwater or massively in profit, I think this is still a fairly new asset. We've got a lot of things going on with the ecosystem in terms of parachain slots, which are still going to continue to roll out in the future. And I think in time the ecosystem will develop. Somebody put a tweet out the other day saying something about which do you think is the strongest blockchain which has no outages. I'm not aware of any outages from Polkadot chain, and that has been going strong as an ox since it started. So just going back into time here, this is an area that you could potentially look at here. If you're looking for any buys, I mean, it's a nice area of support. So we'll mark this area up here. If you look at the top of this area here, we'll drag it all the way through. We'll catch that number 2 there, which was a tap on that wick. We'll bring it all the way across there. So if the bearish price action does continue, I think that's definitely an area where you could look to load up, because if this doesn't end up being a deviation and we start to lose this level here, I think if we did lose $14, I think there's a good chance you're going to come. Well, look at that $14 region there. Tell you what, we'll mark it up as well. Let's bring it up a little bit. So if you can see, 2 major areas of support. We've got loads of wicks in here, which are support. We blasted right through it, and then it was another support wick there. So that's 2 major levels. I think if you're looking for buys on Polkadot and the market does continue to drop, then I would start laddering them in from $14 all the way around to around $9.64. You have got this other major level around here, but personally I don't think it's going to go back to those levels back at 2020. I just can't see it happening. Obviously, unless the macro outlook just continue to be bleak and the SPX just continue to dump and Bitcoin does malinger. There's a lot of people calling for 28k Bitcoin, 20k, 12k. These are just major support levels below, and this is exactly what I'm doing here. Highlighting some support levels which you could use to your advantage if the Bitcoin price and the general market does start to drop. So that's the areas to buy. Areas we need to really reclaim for any type of bullish narrative, and you've got to look right in towards this region here. I think that's the first major level. If you just put a, let's put, where's my pencil? If you look at this area here, you can see all those wicks were rejected there, and then it was a major support level. If you look at that, it's actually a nice head and shoulders pattern there, which we have dumped into. So that head and shoulders pattern did play out there. We got the neckline, the head, the left shoulder, right shoulder, and then a dump. So that's what's happened there, and that probably has played out now. So what you're looking for is a bounce off this support level here. If we can regain up to this neckline, up at around $19, $20, then hopefully there's a good chance that we do start pushing up to 23.30. So if you are looking for buys, we've mentioned down here, from around 14 down to around 9. If you are looking for any take profit region, which I do suggest you do start taking profit when we do get a relief bounce at some stage, then look here at around $19, and then probably look up here around $23. So that's some levels for you to consider buying and some levels for you to consider selling. So the major level to break through is $23. I think if we did get back through there, it would be a little bit of a turning point because it was support here. It was major resistance over there. I mean, if you look at all this area around here, it was major support there. So that's the level we need to really try to get back above. Just looking at a couple of things, so the EMA 20 and the 50. We'll go to the daily time frame. At one point, we did get a bit of a crossover back here, bullish, but then the general market did die off. Let's just get rid of all that crap there. So you can see, we had that bullish cross back here on the 26th of March. We all thought things were going to start to push on, but then what happened is we dumped straight through it and we got a bearish cross now. Really need to start pushing back up towards this moving average 20. I think when the price does get back towards that 20, which, I mean, it could happen over the course of the next few days or next few weeks, when that gets up there, we'll look to try and target our 50. So you could also use them as short term. If you're looking to do a bit of day trading, you could use these moving averages on the daily time frame at $17 and $18 as levels of resistance to potentially take profit. But not looking too good at the minute. They're quite far apart, those EMAs, and the further we drop, the wider they're going to get. So that's that. They're not looking too good. Just to finish off with, we'll just take a quick look at a BTC pair, which is not as bad as the dollar pair, but that's a given really. As Bitcoin's been going sideways, some of the altcoins in this pair haven't been doing too bad. We are coming down into a level of support around here, so I don't think too many people buy altcoins now in Satoshi pairs, but if you look at this region around here, this is an area where really the price needs to react in a positive manner. So I think if you're looking for any type of bounce here, this is where it's going to happen at around 3,700 Satoshis. I think if you do bounce back up there, then you're going to probably look to take some profit. Let's mark this level up here. Probably around there, as you can see. We'll just mark out with pencil gate. So look at that resistance level there. Major support, resistance, support, and you can see all the way around here, support and resistance. So that's a key level up at around 5,100 Satoshis. So you've got your buy zone, which is here, your sell zone, which is here. Maybe if you can rinse and repeat that and hopefully get some good buys in. I mean, if we did lose this level, you're probably going to look down towards this region here, which is at around 3,300 Satoshis. So bear that in mind. Depends how the market plays out, and just some levels there for you to use to your advantage. Hopefully you can get some orders filled down here and then ride that way back up whenever it does land, because at some stage it will land. I remember back in 2018 when the entire market died and everybody thought that were it. The markets do bounce back. Crypto is here for good. We're getting mass adoption in play for a lot of major companies globally, so don't worry about it. Things are going to start to get back online before you know it. So that's going to do it. If you're new to this channel, please make sure that you are subscribed. Hit that like button, and I'll catch you next time.